Hi, my name is Frank. I'm the president of C&D Graphics. Tonight is going to be an exciting night. We have overwhelming turnout, 250 people and more. So it's July, April 9th. It's going to be a wonderful night. We have great business owners, partners, sponsors coming all together. We're going to develop a great opportunity to work business together. So it's going to be a fun night, a great event. So we hope going to be more and more events coming in the future. But thank you for everyone for coming tonight. So I will catch on later on.
One of the things I've respected the most about George and the Lividus team is that they have this ability and courage to revolutionize the benchmark of credit unions. Not just so they can survive in this new economy, but they can actually thrive. And no matter what industry we're in, if there's anything you're going to take away tonight, it's that lesson. That we need to start revolutionizing the industry we're in. Change the way we did things because it's a paradigm shift. What worked a few years ago will not work nowadays. We need to change how we do business. And when we understand the intent of everything that we do, it is amazing what can happen to our business. Your business will literally double in half the time that you spend on it. I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of different corporations in all different verticals with what I do in my business. And the one consistency I have seen in any business is if you do not effectively and efficiently brand your business, you will be spinning your wheels for years, ending up in the exact same spot. To me, the most critical thing you can do is brand your business efficiently before you take the second step. One thing I had a great conversation is about intent. One of the things in business is streamlining, systemizing. And the most important thing to do in order to do that is to understand the intent of everything that you do. For me, as an individual, so a lot of people that I know in this room knew that about a year and a half ago I had a nasty brain injury. And it was a great process that I went through. Unfortunately, I had to learn that process through that situation. But one thing I learned was intent. And when we understand the intent of everything that we do, it is amazing what can happen to our business. Your business will literally double in half the time that you spend on it. How many people here have children? Children come to us more evolved than adults in order to teach us the lessons we need to learn in life. What's the number one question children always ask? Absolutely. Have you ever tried negotiating with your child? No. But have you ever seen a child play? Or anything that they do it with intent. Right? They're so focused on that one task. When I went through that journey, the neurologist, they put me on a 3-month schedule where I could only do 2 hours of brain activity a day. Imagine that. You're only allowed to use your brain for 2 hours a day. In those 2 hours, I got more accomplished than an 8-hour workday. Because everything was done with intent. So that's lesson number 1 you can take away. I got 2 more. Is that okay? Lesson number 2 is questions. And we came back to children, where the number 1 question they ask is why. Question everything in your life. This year for me, I have something new for myself every year I start. This year for me is to question everything I do. My thoughts, my behaviors, my actions, my reactions, why I do what I do, the time I spend in my business, the time I spend with people. Question everything. And what you'll find is half the time that you spend is a waste of time. It does not lead to your intent. It does not lead to your outcome. Right? Keep one thing in mind, folks. How many people here have families? How many people here have hobbies? Every hour, every minute you spend in your business ineffectively and inefficiently, you take away from the joys of your life. You take away from your children. You take away from your spouses, your partners, the things you enjoy doing. Every minute you spend in your business inefficiently. Every minute you spend efficiently in your business, you buy back duplicate time. That's why we get into our business, so we can buy back time, not so we can work around the clock. So that's number 2, question everything. And number 3 is distractions. Working 2 hours a day for 3 months, you can't afford a minute of distractions. So the system that came to me, 3 things about getting rid of distractions in your life. Number 1, know what you want in your business. That comes back to intent. Why are you doing what you're doing? What are you truly trying to get out of this? And what you'll find is when you spend 3 hours on something, it condenses down to 15 minutes. Figure out why you're doing what you're doing. Number 2, what does it take to get there? It's usually only 2 or 3 things. What does it take to get there? And number 3, do that and delegate everything off your desk. You have a skill set in your business. Never forget what that is. That is all you should be doing, and get rid of everything else. And it's amazing. Take it from me, 2 hours a day, I did more than I usually did 8 hours a day. Now in closing, I want to share one story with you. We live in a very fast-paced world. Technology. We're always moving non-stop. We don't slow down enough to hug a child. We don't slow down enough to hug our partners. We don't slow down enough to actually truly care when we shake someone's hand. We don't slow down enough to actually care when we say, how was your day? We don't even wait for the response. We walk away before we even hear the response. Now, Mark White was the governor of Texas. There's a true story. When he was the governor of Texas, he said every Sunday, him and his wife would take a drive down the country road to spend time together. One Sunday, they pulled up into a gas station. And what he realized was when the gas attendant came out, something bothered his wife. So when they filled up gas, they drove off, and then he looked at his wife and said, honey, obviously something bothered you. Would you like to talk about it? And she said, nothing major, honey. The gas attendant that came out used to be my boyfriend in high school, and at that point in time, I thought I was going to marry him. And the governor, in public, says, I looked at my wife and said, well, good thing you didn't marry him, honey, because if you did, you'd be the wife of a gas attendant. And then he said, my wife looked at me and said, honey, if I married the gas attendant, he would have been the governor, not you. Right? Perception. How powerful is perception when it comes to the relationships in our business? We have this perception about the clients that we have, but do we take the time to understand their perception of our relationship? It works both ways, folks. Slow down enough to truly connect with your clients. Build the long-term relationships, and you'll need half the amount of clients you have.
How many of you use a financial institution now, a bank? Have you ever heard of a credit union? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're a different financial institution. We provide, especially at Lividus Financial, we provide clearly better banking. So what does that mean? We actually have 7 promises that we live by. The fact that we're going to listen to you, we're going to respond with your financial best interest as a priority. We offer a full range of products and services. We treat you as an owner of our organization because you are. We share our profits with you. We exemplify all our credit union principles. And we make you glad to be a member always. So if you haven't experienced a financial institution that is happy to hear from you, happy to share their profits with you, you need to go over to this Lividus Financial booth and speak to my staff, because they're going to show you how different we are, what clearly better banking is really all about. So thank you, Frank. Can we have a round of applause for Frank and C&D Graphics? He's the visionary behind this event. He's held it now for numerous years, and we at Lividus Financial are very proud to be the lead sponsor here today with everyone else that's here also, all the different organizations.
Weinstone, the Dalton Company, partners with small businesses as well as mid-cap businesses in order to deliver competitive financial solutions. We do this in a number of ways. Number one, strategically, we partner with credit unions, for example, to create leadership programs and custom-made solutions. We also do this direct to the consumer. We offer mortgage, insurance, and real estate services through licensed agents. I would invite you to take the time to speak to some of my associates who have taken the time to be here with us. And again, when Fred and George and I talked about this B2B event a number of months ago, we frankly thought, would it not be great to get a whole bunch of people together and have a great party? And I'm glad to hear that it's not only a great party, it's a fantastic party. So thank you for attending, and I look forward to getting to know you. Thank you.
I'm not going to talk a long time, but I want to let you know a little bit about CMA, Certified Management Accountant. I'm the Regional Marketing Director for CMA. I have a couple of my marketing information officers with me. And I also have throughout the group some CMAs. So those CMAs, can you put your hands up so we know where you are? Okay, oh, there's lots there. Great, wonderful. When I go to events like this, sometimes people say to me, oh, you're a bookkeeper and you're trying to get some business. I'm like, no, this is CMA. This is a designation that you get to help you in business. Yes, you can do bookkeeping, you can do auditing, taxes, but what most CMAs mostly do is to tell a story with the numbers. 85% of the jobs that are posted out there today are looking for someone with a designation. They don't care if it's a CA, CGA, or CMA, they need a designation. So the people that I talk to a lot of times are students that are going through university trying to decide what kind of career path they want to take. My background is I was with IBM, so IBM's downsizing, and there are some people looking for new jobs, and they find they need that designation to move on to other jobs. And the other big group that we talk to is new Canadians. A lot of new Canadians come here, immigrants come to Canada, and they're educated, they have so much to offer, but they find it really hard to get a job. So the designation will help open up some doors for them. So I'd love for you to come by our booth. We're just on the other side here. Please come by and talk to any of the CMAs, the marketing directors directors and officers that are here, and ask them some questions about the designation. Okay, enjoy, get out there and network.